Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of good news today that we are going to get into here in this video, but we are heading into Fed Jerome Powell's report at 2 p.m. and then Fed Jerome Powell's press conference at 2:30 p.m. As you guys already do know, that is going to be the main catalyst of the day, but the markets already look really good. So we're either going to get better from here and we're going to rally Thursday and Friday, or we are going to fall. And that's what I want to talk about here in this video, because seeing a move like we are seeing today definitely changes some of my expectations a little bit. And that's what we need to talk about, as well as all of the good news and all of the data that you need to know around AMC stock. We are above $15 per share, so things could get a little bit crazy here on Wall Street. So we are going to get into this information. The only thing that I ask is that you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys want to come trade with us, we've been calling out this move. I've been positioned for this move. So needless to say, making a lot of money over there today. So join that if you guys want to be a part of it. Link down below in the pinned comment. And you guys already know the spiel. Get yourself those free stocks. Links in the description. So AMC is up about 4% for the day. I also want to briefly talk about the mining company and how this is actually a much smarter move than paying off debt. So AMC acquired 22% of Highcroft Mining for $27 million. Well, there was a lot of backlash, people saying that they should pay off debt with that money. Well, Highcroft Mining has precious metals right now worth $45 billion at their facility. So they could make a lot of money, right? The market cap of Highcroft Mining is $90 million. So there's definitely a lot of room for improvement there. But if Highcroft Mining went to only a $400 million market cap, that would make the share price about $7 per share. Now, at $7 per share and at a $400 million market cap, that would mean AMC would make $88 million minus $27 million for their initial investment, and they would actually make pure profit around $61 million. Now, if you used that $27 million to pay off a 10% interest rate debt, you would save $2.7 million per year. So divide that by 2.7, and effectively, if this company went to a $400 million market cap, which is not too crazy to imagine given they have $45 billion worth of resources at their mine, then comparatively, it would take 22.5 years to make it make more sense to have paid off $27 million of high interest rate debt. So, financial analysts or people that are talking about this really have no clue what they are talking about. When you crunch the numbers here, I like the odds of Highcroft Mining going to a $400 million market cap much better than I like, 22.5 years comparatively to have the same results. So I don't know about you guys. Looks a lot better in that perspective. I just want to point that out there for you guys in case you were unfamiliar. Now let's get into why the markets are actually rallying today. So this is going to be a main reason for this. So it says, Ukraine and Russia draw up neutrality plan to end war. And Russia, they really have to end the war at this point. They're running out of money. They're going to default. Their economy is in shambles. They're losing too many troops and really losing the war when it comes down to it. And they can't afford to do that on any which way you look at it. Here's another very interesting headline. Russia blames sanctions for pushing it towards first default since 1998. And no shit, Sherlock. Of course, that's nothing new. It says crude oil inventories rose 4.35 million barrels. That's good for commodities. Bringing commodities down like we're seeing today will help inflation kind of start to subside. We're going to see a big shock to CPI numbers that do come out next month. But after that, it should start to look a little bit better. Now, contrary to what we just went over, Kyiv rejects proposed neutrality in peace talks. So, some things they got to work out, but still seen as a positive for the markets. And Iran says next round of talks with Saudi on a agenda, date not final. And they're talking about the Vienna nuclear deal that is nearing an end, they said, or coming to an agreement. There was an earthquake in Japan, and I guess the Fukushima, I think that's how you say it, Fukushima nuclear power plant, the one that melted down a couple years back, that is out of power apparently, and that's why it melted down last time. So I'll definitely be watching that to see if that takes a turn for the worse. That could definitely scare markets nevertheless. Now, on top of that, it's really just a lot of the overshooting we've seen in the broad markets. Everybody was fearful, panicking, markets were just selling everything off. So when you start to get some good news, then you do start to see the markets rally and price that in very fast. And if you overshoot it to the downside so hard, you have to price it in pretty fast to the upside. And it also says world court orders Russia to suspend military action in Ukraine. Russia failed to appear at a hearing, court said lacked jurisdiction. So who knows what will come out of that. It looks pretty clear that Russia's going to lose, and they have to end this war pretty soon. And that is going to be a big catalyst for the markets because, like I said, that is not fully priced in. But we are looking at a NASDAQ. Hold on. We are looking at a NASDAQ that is up about 2.5%. Russell 2000 up about 2.5%. S&P up 1.55%. And the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 1.13%. But young Biden was supposed to speak at 11 a.m. And he's going to be speaking here sometime in the next half an hour, maybe. So that could derail some of these gains, or it could make them better. But this is one of the main headlines on CNBC. Russia stokes fears of first foreign currency default in more than a century as it attempts payment. So certainly the fear is not over. The potential pain in the markets is not over, but lots of good news today heading into Fed Jerome Powell, and I think this is overall a good thing. As far as what I expect from Powell, nothing changes. I still expect a dovish tone to Powell. I still expect the markets have priced in too much rate hikes, and that will get reiterated by Fed Jerome Powell, and you will see a market rally. It will make the rally look smaller though, because we already are up. So if we close up 3.5%, that's going to be really good. If we're up 2% tomorrow, that's going to be really good, and that is a major rally in my personal opinion. If we do get this end of the war talks continuing, and you do see the markets actually, reacting positively to that, then you will see an even bigger day than 2 or 3% in my personal opinion. But nevertheless, I will keep you guys updated as to what is going on with that situation, because that's going to be the most important thing to pay attention to. What Biden says, what the Fed says and does today. As far as the specific AMC data, you're looking at 20.9% short interest of free float, cost borrow max of 2.4%, utilization of 100%, days to cover at 2.79. So not too much has actually changed here. Things are looking pretty much the same, and same is good as far as AMC is concerned, because these numbers are astronomically higher than they should be given the actual state of AMC's business. Now, just to remind people, the max pain is $17 by this Friday. So that is certainly would indicate another big move to the upside. AMC still, it was above 15. Now it is coming down just a little bit. I'm sure the broad markets are as well. Yeah, just coming down a little bit, taking a couple candles right there. Let's see if there is any news to go over as far as why that is going on. And it says Ukraine seeks ceasefire, withdraw of Russia troops. It doesn't look like anything specific. Maybe young Biden just started talking right now, and that would definitely not help things. But Russian inflation at 12.54% year over year as of March 11th. That's going to be a crazy number to see. Some people are talking about 70% inflation for Russia. So our, 7-10% don't look too crazy at that point. As far as today, the markets are still pricing in 6 to 7 rate hikes, and I think it's pretty clear that the Fed cannot control this excess inflation that we are about to get on our CPI reports, so it doesn't make sense to raise rates 6 or 7% when it won't help inflation. And actually, the thing that helps inflation the most is the Fed raising rates at least once and letting markets know that they are raising rates, because the markets, they like to overshoot everything. So if the Fed says they're going to raise rates, everybody all of a sudden thinks 7 rate hikes when the Fed never said anything like that. So I think 4 is really more likely, and that's what I'm going to stick to. We will have more clarity on that here today, but I don't expect Powell to lay out exactly that. If he does say 4 rate hikes, that would be a very bullish thing, because let me take you to December. Only about 4.3% of investors are only expecting 4 rate hikes. That would put the rate, the Fed funds rate, by the end of this year at about 1% to 1.25%. 4% of investors pricing that in. If you see the Fed dovish, you're going to see a rapid reevaluation of how many rate hikes that we are likely to see. So pretty exciting right there. I can't outline what the Fed's going to do before they actually do it. I wish I could, but I think it's very obvious that they are going to be on the dovish side. Now, as far as AMC and the actual technical analysis here, AMC is at $14.86 per share, up 2.62% for the day. Better than having a negative day, but it's not a huge day. The market makers, hedge funds, institutions, they're going to try to keep the stock under $15 per share. That's a given fact. And it really comes down to the Fed. If the Fed gives us a reason to price in less rate hikes, then stocks like AMC are going to benefit a lot. You're going to see AMC rally above 15, and we will start to kick off that gamma squeeze effect because of all of the calls at 15, about 16,000, but especially the puts, about 30,000 puts that are at the $15 strike. So looking pretty good on that aspect. Some quick technical notes to point out is, the RSI hit the lower end range of the RSI, and it did bounce back up, which is good. The MACD looks like it wants to go bullish again after only being bearish for a couple of days right here. You guys could see the line that is separated, and the yellow line is under the blue line, indicating a bearish sentiment to the stock. If we break out past 15, next level is going to be the 20-day simple moving average. That is at $16.66 per share. 50-day moving average at $18 per share, and then we do need to break out above $21 per share. So that is going to be all for this video. Hopefully you guys learned something. Thank you guys for tuning in. Get your free stocks links down below in the description, as well as come join the trading community, link down below in the pinned comment. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.